Hello friends. Hope you are doing well. Like, subscribe, and enjoy. Each of us knows how to use our body parts to send messages, but not many of us realize that people in different parts of the world speak different body languages. A signal for yes in one culture may mean no in another, a gesture for goodbye in one culture can be interpreted as come here in another. Business people and politicians have long recognized the importance of body language or nonverbal communication. Many receive training in nonverbal communication before serving overseas. Since 9/11, airport and transit police have been trained on body language recognition. But training in body language is still relatively new for educators, even though most American campuses include faces from different parts of the globe. It is therefore important that educators understand not only how to receive messages through body language but also what messages they may be sending even when they are not talking. Misunderstanding of body language may not only cause a long-lasting embarrassment but also be a life threat. Definition: body language includes all the communication through the nonverbal channel. The pressure of body language can especially be felt in emotional situations where body language usually prevails over words. This article will use the terms body language and nonverbal communication interchangeably. The importance of body language. Edward T. Hall, 1959, a well-recognized social anthropologist, maintained that in a normal conversation more than 65% of social meanings are transmitted through the nonverbal channel. People in other parts of the world, especially Asians, are more perceptive to body language than the North Americans. Misuse of body language can be an unpleasant or even dangerous experience for message includers. Consider the following examples. In 1988, two Laotian men walked into a Los Angeles bar where a singer, who was also from an Asian country, was entertaining patrons. The men sat at empty spaces near the front with their feet pointed straight to the singer. After the bar was closed, the singer followed the two men to a parking lot where they got into an argument about how the men pointed their feet at the singer's face. The argument became fierce when the singer pulled out a gun and killed one of the men. In 1992, then-President George H.W. Bush made a state visit to Australia. People lined up along the roadside to welcome the American president, who greeted them with raised fingers in the form of V with the back of his hand toward the onlookers. The following morning, a headline in a local newspaper proclaimed that the American president insulted the Australians. In 1998, a newly married American couple went to New Zealand for their honeymoon. They rented a car and toured until they missed a stop sign. A police officer pulled them over. They explained that they were new in town and didn't know about the local traffic, so were given a warning instead of a ticket. As a thank you gesture, the husband gave the thumb-up sign. The police officer called for backup and handcuffed the American man. A thumb-up is seen as a rude gesture in New Zealand. Understanding body language from head to toes. According to Argyll, 1978, humans have more than 700 and forms of body language. This article will give a few examples of how body parts, from head to toes, are used for communicating in different parts of the world. Interested persons can read further from the references given at the end of this article. Head. In most societies, a nodding head signifies agreement or approval. But in some cultures, like parts of Greece, Yugoslavia, Bulgaria and Turkey, a nodding head means no. In most Asian cultures, head is where spirit resides and one should not touch another's head. Face. Facial expressions reflect emotions, feelings, and attitudes. While expressing true feeling and emotion is valued in the West, it is prohibited in the East. Eyes. While good eye contact is praised and expected in the West, it is seen as a sign of disrespect and challenge in other cultures, including Asian and African. The less eye contact these groups have with an individual, the more respect they show. Closing eyes. In 1975, former Vice President Walter Mondale was invited to speak to the Japanese Diet. He became irritated when he noticed that more than half of the audience closed their eyes. When the talk was over, Mondale snapped at the U.S. ambassador, "Why did I bother to come and talk to them?" "Why, sir?" the ambassador asked. "They didn't care to hear what I had to say, they were sleeping." "No, sir," the ambassador replied, "they closed their eyes to close out everything else in order to digest your speech." You most welcomed friends, kindly like and subscribe.